Hello and welcome. This is Laura K. Ellis with another segment today, which topic would be trauma bonds. What are trauma bonds in regards to relationships? I'm a multi-certified master hypnotist, transformational life coach, and for all those that are interested, I've been in practice now 14 years. Private practice, I should say. So let me begin by explaining, obviously, trauma bond to me is self-descriptive, but it may not be to many people listening. Everything is energy, and so wherever we are on our life path, we attract individuals based on the law of attraction. And I know that the law of attraction, those words alone seem to be overused and underexplained, but energy is real. Everything is energy vibrating at different levels, including us, primarily us. So what I want to say about that, trauma bond refers to the law of attraction, where we are in our life path attracting individuals of the same or similar frequencies. So for example, based on past conditioning, if your childhood was filled with stress, anguish, meaning, for example, your primary caretakers, hopefully your mother and father argued a considerable amount, and perhaps there was some drug use involved, or cigarette smoking, over cigarette, they'll just say chronic cigarette smoking, alcoholism, or just abuse. And that doesn't mean physical always. It can very well be verbal, which really tends to be worse based when we're little, because our minds, our subconscious mind, takes in all information from the environment that we are in 24/7, like a sponge takes in water. Okay, so let's go back to what we were exposed to as little ones. Children before the age of 10 can begin third trimester in your mother's womb up until that time. Why up until that time? Up until that time because at the age of 10, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, other masters, spiritual teachers, wise sages will say up to the age of 7. But in my experiences, 10 years of age seems to be the time where the unconscious mind develops the critical factor of mind, or it is developed then, and has the ability to say yes or no to information. Before that, you're just like a little sponge, your unconscious mind taking in 24/7 all the information in your environment. So if your environment was less than optimal, you become a product of that. Not because you say so, because your unconscious mind is a computer, basically, and it has been programmed. Okay, so let's say the example that I gave you a few moments ago or you were primarily in an environment up until that age time where the environment was toxic. So what happens is, as we become the products of our environment, we attract, based on the law of attraction, energy is, we attract individuals into our lives by default. So let's say Janet meets John could be in your teen years, could be after the age of 10 and moving forward. But let's focus on today as adults in relationships, i.e. marriages or long-term partners and so forth. So you meet a partner that reflects to the unconscious mind that which you were programmed for. Less than optimal conditions for a relationship. Or let's say you've done it several times. You've attracted one right after the other. One relationship ends, then the next one you seek out or they seek you out is based on, if there's a baseline energetically, that reflects the trauma that you both experienced. Doesn't have to be the same way. The unconscious mind doesn't know the difference. Trauma is trauma. Addiction is addiction to the unconscious mind. So you're attracting individuals until you heal that aspect of self based on what you've experienced in your childhood. And I would say 90% of the people on this planet today are not aware of that's what's happening. They'll come to me and they'll say, why can't I attract or why can't I have a healthy relationship? Well, they don't know what healthy is. I mean, they consciously might desire that, but the unconscious mind is that powerful aspect of self that's been programmed for toxic relationships. Hence, trauma bonds. Okay? Doesn't have to be exactly for romantic relationships. It can be in the work environment. It can be, your best friend, whatever that is, or friends plural on that. It's a collective energy that you're attracting and they're attracting based on where you are now. As you heal, if you decide to do that, if you're aware of how to do that, which in my opinion is only through the subconscious mind because it rules your life, right? It co-created you in the womb. So the only way to make sustainable, natural, lifelong changes, accelerated change I might add, is through the unconscious mind. Otherwise, it could take you years, if not a lifetime, to understand what's happening and to be able to find a facilitator that's also really wanting you to get well, to heal. Heal from what? Heal from your past. Okay, we are all products of our past, good, bad, or indifferent. So when you come to awareness as to why this is happening, and remember I just said a majority of my clients come to me not understanding and wanting to know why. That's the reason why. You've been programmed to attract individuals that are vibrating at the same frequency as you have been programmed to attract yourself, and vice versa. Okay? As we grow and develop and heal, our energy, our vibration raises, and it's of utmost importance. I teach my clients this after the fact, that you must keep your energy vibrating. It's hard work. I'm not going to say that it isn't, especially in this world, that how it's become and what's going on all around us. But it can be done. Keeping your energy up, vibrating at the highest level possible for you at that segment or this segment of your life, then what happens? Then you begin attracting individuals with either less trauma in their background or perhaps trauma, if you want to refer to it as maybe as simple as I came from a very wealthy background, and so it's affected me because I'm enabled. So you attract someone that's very wealthy but doesn't know how to deal with money, can't appreciate what they've been given, don't know how to. That's a form of trauma as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be verbal abuse, physical abuse, addictions, and so forth. As the late, great Napoleon Hill stated in his book, the laws of success. The worst thing you can do to a human being is to enable them, because it paralyzes them as far as growth goes. So there are many forms of trauma, if you will, and we're all products of our environment, so there are different levels, but the key is to heal from the programs, diffusing the programs that you've been exposed to by default as a young individual, as a child, and then you're set free. Now, that's not to say that from time to time you may get a little twinge of the residual energy and someone will come forth, but you'll know immediately. It'll be like the red flag dance, and you'll say, no, 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 no. That program's old. That program's over. I have raised my vibration and I'm going to remain there to attract the best things that I can for my life moving forward. How is that done? Through the subconscious mind. If you have any questions or would like to learn more, please, I encourage you to visit my website, www.transitions with an S, liaison, liaison.com, and I offer a free consultation. I'm more than happy to discuss with you where you are on your life path and how I can help. But for now, I wish you all well, and thank you for listening. Kindly like and subscribe so I'm able to bring you more information that's worthy. Take care.